Hello, friends. With Easter season just seems like days away, nothing reminds me of Easter season like these beautiful white dogwoods that are near my home here in East Tennessee. I love the dogwoods, and as a Christian, I remember the dogwood tree and the meaning of it. Sweet friends, it is Lee and you are watching Beauty Over 70 with Lee. And yes, you're going to see some things in the background that I have already decorated, and I am over here on my little baking area. And if you want to see how I decorated my hutch, my Easter table, and decorating my kitchen, and finish this baking area, you just stay tuned, because keep it right here, get you something to drink, and I am going to bring it all to the table today and on camera, and I'm going to share with you how I decorate my kitchen, my hutch, and my dining room table for Easter. So hope you'll stick around, and let's get this video rocking before the bunnies start to hop away. Okay, friends, we're starting on the dining room table. As I've told you before, we're super casual people here, and this is the dining room right off of the kitchen. And I'm using this, I'm going to start with that same green runner that I used in my spring decor. I'm going to come in with 4 little white placemats, and has a little bit of brown on it for texture. 4 little spring plates. Aren't those adorable? I'm going to add those. Green napkins with little fringe hanging, and my sweet little bunny ears for the napkin holder. And I just chose those with the burlap and white, and I think this will blend very well to the side, like so. And now I'm going to come in for my centerpiece. I'm going to start the centerpiece on the large riser that I found at Hobby Lobby with this little garden cart, working with the flowers and the garden theme. This little whitewash garden cart. And I'm going to place my little cart right there. I have some more yellow, and I found these little garlands of flowers at Michael's, and I chose the yellow one. I think I'll kind of rope it around to give it a little color. And I'm going to place one of the bunnies right here. Place another one over here on this side. And don't worry, because I'm going to be doing it close up so you can see exactly where I'm placing these. And I'm going to be coming in with this little cross that says, "He is risen." And isn't that has to be on my Easter table, that's for sure. And I'm going to put this right here. Scoot over, bunny. I'm going to put that right there. He is risen. Come in. My friends, as you can see, I added my 2 bunnies at the top and my little plant there nestled beside the forsythia in the basket with the greenery and the 9 little bunny cottontails that I found at Michael's. I thought those were so super sweet. They are just precious. I had a technical issue, and if you have a YouTube channel, you know exactly what I'm saying. Life has technical channels.
Of course, before we started, I'm going to add a white ricer, and I'm going to place that right there. And I'm going to add a little bowl of little green apples. I love these in the springtime and around Easter. I'm going to place them right there. 4 little ivory plates that I'm going to add right here. Come in with this little moon-shaped wall gate here, little dome, and I'm going to place this right back here as my spring plate. I'm going to add 2 little small of the plates with the bunnies on it. One here, and one here. Adding this little white ricer that I found at Hobby Lobby. Yes, sir, I am going to place a grouping of my bunnies.
What it looks like top to bottom. Here to my island, and I'm going to start right here on my corner again. And I have added a large vase that I have found at, I think at Target. Add some of my favorite greenery just to give it a real lush green look, fresh for spring and Easter. So I'm going to come in with these greens, some of my favorites. They look like real vines and they're very, very realistic. I found these at Hobby Lobby, and I always buy my florals when they're 50% off. Never buy full price, at least I don't anyway. And I think I have 3 stems that I have stuck in there. And I just wanted a very airy, wispy look. And remember to shape your florals. When you get them, they're all tight. And I am going to, I'm really big on towels, tea towels. I found these little cute little bunnies. There's 2 bunnies there with right across there, and just let them kind of hang like so. And I'm going to add that white riser right there. Little bunny that kind of looks confused. He's kind of like, I'm really confused. I'm thinking about something with one ear kind of floppy. I'm going to set this little guy right there, and he's going to hang out right there. Come in with a little white riser, and I'm going to add that right there. And on top of my riser, I'm going to add this little dish, and I filled it with little small eggs. And I'm going to add that right there. I'm going to add that right there. I'm going to give it a little color, and I'm going to add that right there. Just bunnies have got to have some carrots. Precious. So I'm going to lay some little carrots right there for the bunnies to snack on.
Everyone needs a shoulder to cry on. Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one. We lift our hands up and pray, lay all our love before Him with all of our faith. He is the change within us, there is a light. Let Him lead the way, lift our hands up and pray today.
I love those. And I have my bird eggs.
Everyone needs somebody to lean on. Everyone needs someone who cares. If we come together as one, help each other get stronger, we are bound in the name of the Lord. So let's come to.
My friends, I am going to decorate this little lantern that has glass on all 4 sides. And it has, and you probably think, what in the world is that? I have my bread box because I don't want it to go back. So I'm going to decorate this little lantern for you. And I have this bread box, my bread box sitting in the back until I get it decorated, because I don't want the hinge to go back and break because it is glass. So I'm going to pop that back. So I'm going to come in with some moss, some of my favorite greenery, rather, from Hobby Lobby. This is one of my favorites. I'm going to put some birds in here. I'm going to come in with some, what else, with some forsythia. And I'm going to add that right down in here for the birds. I'm in with this small little riser, a very tiny one, and I'm going to set that right there. Over there. I have 2 little birds that are they have kind of the orange breast. I thought those were so cute. And I am going to set one on the little riser there. And I'm going to go over to the other side, and I'm going to put the other one down in here. Now don't worry, I'm going to do a close-up of this so you can see what I'm doing when I get this decorated. This little sweet little bird's nest, and I'm going to put this right here, kind of off to the side. This bird down here is maybe scrounging around for some worms or something, you know, some food. And this one is on the lookout. You know how birds take care of each other. Now I'm going to close this, and see there's a little latch right there. And I found this at Hobby Lobby, and I don't know if they still have them or not, but it's a whitewash, and I thought it was so very, very pretty. And with this little plant stool, this little whitewash plant stool, I am going to add this right here with a little white garden watering can, and I'm going to set that right on top of here. And I'm going to add some, yes, spring yellow daffodils. Can't be spring or Easter without daffodils. Not around my area, it's not anyway. So I'm going to pop those right in there. I'm going to add this sweet little plant in the little white. That's all I need right there. No more florals, just some little greenery right there. So that takes care of this little area right here. Since it was Easter, I just decided to add a little something here and remove my bread box. So yes, I'm peeking around over here. I still have my Easter bonnet on, my friend. Easter hat, my Easter bonnet is still on. I promised you it would. So right now we're going to decorate, like I said, my baking area. And this is where my workhorse sits most of the time, right here, unless I'm preparing different things. My workhorse KitchenAid is always right here, and 9 times out of 10, my Vitamix is sitting right here beside it, because I do have, if I pull up this runner, I do have outlet plates in the top of my counter. So I just put this runner, little baking area today. Put my workhorse here is because if you own a KitchenAid, you know how heavy they are. So it was cumbersome, so I went ahead and put the runner down and put my KitchenAid base there. In my glass bowl, I'm going to start with another tea towel that says Happy Easter with a wreath and some eggs, and I'm going to hang that right there on the side of my mixer. And I'm going to just add a whisk and a couple of white spatulas right in here. My cookbook holder, and I'm going to set that right there, of Taste of Home on there. And just look, doesn't that make your mouth water just looking at those waffles and blueberry or strawberries and these pancakes with blueberries? Just look at that. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to put that on there today because I think that is so appetizing. That would certainly be an Easter brunch in my world, that's for sure. I would have that any day of the week. As a cutting board, another cutting board that I'm going to come in, and I'm going to add this right here. My measuring spoons, I told you about this in my spring video. I ordered these from Amazon. They're different size and they're magnets so they don't fall over. And if I can find the link, I will list these on in the description box, and put some flavoring right there. and my set of stainless steel measuring cups that I normally. Okay, we have this, and then I'm going to come in with this little egg holder, this little wooden egg holder, and I'm going to place this right here. So to this little holder, I am going to add some faux eggs. And I'm going to add 6 of these farm fresh large eggs right in here. And I'm going to add my white cake plate right here. And yes, I have pulled out my faux muffins today. And don't those look delicious? Again, I found these on Amazon, and I have a couple of sets of these decorating, so I'm not baking. Okay, my friends, I'm over here on my island now, working my way around from the pantry. And again, I just keep a little something here. Can you believe I still have my Easter bonnet on? I told you, my friends, I was going to, and I still have my Easter bonnet on. And I'm going to keep it on. It's okay. I like hats. And one day I'm going to show you my hat room and all my hats that I have. And I'll show you pictures of everything and put them on for you. So one day, that's a video right there. So I am going to start here. I keep this here most of the time. This is a large lantern that I picked up several years ago from Kirkland's. And I'm going to add a whitewash riser to that. Here on top of that riser to give it a little elevation, a little visual interest, and rather than just being flat. I'm going to come in with a green wreath that has like a grapevine backing. I think at Hobby Lobby, where else? And I'm going to add that right in there and fluff it out. Remember to fluff your greeneries and your florals because they come very stiff and they kind of need taking some little TLC. So I'm going to add that right there. Now that would look pretty alone really, but I'm not going to leave it there. I'm not going to stop there. I am going to use a couple of a little bowl, again, as my riser here, and I'm going to stick that right down in there. A little bit of elevation, yes, a little bit of elevation. We want to elevate everything. So in the center today, being Easter, we're going to add Mr. Bunny with the glasses on. In there, to have some carrots, so I just took these little carrots and tied some raffia there. And I have took a floral wire there and I have just twisted it around, and I am going to tie this right around here. And I'm just going to twist that around just to kind of give it a little something there. Pothos, look how that baby is growing, and some appliances, and there's another one down there, and I'm going to be repotting those, so I'll do a video of that. So on my fridge today, I'm just going to add my yellow forsythia wreath, and I'm going to hang that right there. Again, that just adds a pop of color to the kitchen. And that's all I needed right there is my forsythia wreath. And that is just bright and cherry. Just looks like sunshine on a rainy, rainy day. Okay, my friends, I am over here to the right of the fridge, still filming in the kitchen. We're starting around the kitchen, working my way around the island. And yes, I still have my Easter bonnet on. Can you believe it? It's rainy here today, and I have on my capris and my sandals. I'm not real hot, but I am intended to keep this Easter bonnet on till I get this video film for my friends, and that would be you guys. So you hang in there with me, and we're going to decorate this little area right here to the right of my sink. And this is my little cleaning area. So I always keep this marble board here that's got a riser, this marble, since I put it out in the spring. And I want to tell you, if you like the rose scent, this stuff is fantastic. I'm not selling Mrs. Meyer's or anything like that. I just enjoy Mrs. Meyer's fragrance for the seasons. This is not overpowering. I really enjoy my cleaner, my dish soap, and my hand soap. Sometimes I think I'm going to go wash my hands just so I can enjoy that rose scent because it is so good. Keep my scrubby there. So right here, I'm going to add something here to give it some life. So we're going to decorate this little corner right here to the right of my fridge. How I am with my risers, we're going to add a white riser, one of these little Portugal risers, and I'm going to add that right there. And to add some life and some greenery, I'm going to add this little fern to give it some airiness and wispiness there. I'm going to add that right there. Shade on my window pull down because video, we're getting a hot tub out there, and then we get the afternoon sun, and I think that's trying to peek through the rain showers as well, so I can't put anything there. So let's finish with this little corner right here. And again, one of my favorite things to decorate is this little white ladder that I use. Every time I decorate my kitchen, this ladder comes out. I'm going to put this right there. And I'm going to come in with a little bunny dish towel. Look at him. He knows he's going to have a home right over there in my ladder, that's for sure. So I'm going to hang him right there. Something here, so I'm coming in. You know me and my risers. I have so many of these. I'm going to set that little white dish right there, that little white riser. And I need something on top, so I'm going to choose a little basket and filled it with green apples. And I'm going to add that right there. So that takes care of this little area, this little vignette here to the right of my fridge, and that's simply all I need. We're going to get this video film before our bunnies start hopping away, and we don't want that. We got to have you can't have an Easter video without bunnies. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to decorate the little area, and I want you to see these two absolutely gorgeous. They're not really cutting boards, but look at the filigree on these. They're little serving, have little padded on the bottom where you can serve, put a dish or something. But I found these, and just look at the filigree. I found two, and these are about the same size. This one has the circle. And I'm keeping my eye out because I really want another one. I'd like to have a larger one or a smaller one to put right here in the center. You know, I like to work odd numbers. I'd like to have 3. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to place him right there. I just love the filigree, the detail work on these. It is so, so pretty. And like I said, I got these at TJ Maxx, and I believe they're about $15. And so I'm keeping my eye peeled for another one. So I'm going to lean that right. Filled my one of my white pictures up with my cream tulips for spring, and I ordered these several years ago off of Amazon, and they're the Mandy Real Touch tulips. They're absolutely, they feel. I wrap these when I store them, and I bring them out year after year, and I believe I have 2 bunches in here if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to come in with a little plate that one of my I like my beads, and I'm going to just stick that right around there. and just kind of let it drain. So we're going to decorate this, and I just put another one of my marble riser boards that I almost always keep here unless it's Christmas time. And I have a lamp that I just light up this corner with. And so we're going to decorate this little area here. Yellow that we're using for Easter. I just chose one of my yellow plates. And I needed a pop of yellow here, and I didn't want to overpower it with florals. So I just grabbed one of my yellow plates, and I'm going to set this right here. Just gives it a pop of color. And you know me and my cutting boards. I have 3 different size cutting boards. I have a large one. I'm going to work with 3 cutting boards right over here, and I'm going to lean them up. And cutting boards are a great way to conceal your outlets. Working, that's the way it is, right, my friend? White tea towels years ago with the gray bunnies. Tea towel right there. Come in with a riser candle holder. You know me and my candles. I'm going to place that right there. And of course, I am going to place a flameless candle on the candle holder. And I have these throughout my home, and I absolutely could not do without my flameless candles. I really couldn't. There, I need a little bit of floral, but not a lot. So I found this little lavender in a sweet little vase here. And I'm going to set that right there. So right here, I'm going to add a little sprig of forsythia. I'm going to add a sprig of forsythia because I feel like it needs a little bit more life there. And just kind of leave.
I saw the flashes in the dark, colors on the wall.
To the stove, and there's my little matching tea towel with the Happy Easter right there. I'm coming over here to the stove to where I just most of the time, keep my stainless or some type of teapot there because you guys know I'm a tea drinker. It is a rainy day. The sun is popping in and out and between the rain showers, and I'm going to light a candle for some ambiance there. Always like my candles, that's for certain. The area, and I just popped my little bit of color, so when I come in here of the morning for my cup of coffee with my Keurig, I can look at those tulips and I know spring is here and Easter. So, and I have my Keurig there, and I have the mug I have today is do what makes you happy. And I'm doing it right now, but I'm making an Easter video for my fantastic subscribers. It just happens to be my pantry. One day we're going to clean this out, and I'm going to show you what all is in there. You can go around and get a video of the whole kitchen and the dining room and hutch, so you can see everything. So just sit back and enjoy, and I thank you for watching today. And if you like what you saw today and you like the content of my channel, just hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment, let me know if you like the video, let me know what you would like to see. Hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment, let me know what you like, what you want to see, and I will definitely answer you back and try to give you the content that you enjoy watching. So again, I want to leave you with my favorite words. I thank you for watching today, first of all, my Easter video. And I want to leave you with my favorite words. Go out and make today better than yesterday, and always remember that I love you. And yes, I kept my Easter bonnet, purple hat on the entire video. And I hope you have a fantastic Easter, blessed Easter. And just remember to count your blessings, because that's what Easter is about, is just the reason for Easter. And I certainly am blessed with, we all are blessed, and I'm thankful for my blessings that He gives me daily. I love you, my friends. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
I saw the flashes in the dark, colors on the wall, bright against the monochrome, where I felt so small. I drew the curtains up, pulled away the blinds, heard a rushing wind through the windows of my mind, and I began to glow with a love divine. Shine, 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 shine in the naked light of Adonai. Shine, 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 shine in the golden gaze of the mighty eye. When I was a boy, rolled up like a cigarette, the jacket didn't fit quite yet, the leather made me sweat. Over time I shook it off, turned to face the breeze. I learned to see it all at once, God in the little things. Shine, 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 shine in the naked light of Adonai. Shine, 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 shine in the golden gaze of the mighty eye. There's a darkness in the mind, it clouds like smoke, it lingers in the corners, it slides like a ghost. It comes alight from behind, beaming up from the unknown, dancing with my shadows, illuminating everything. I can see the glow from a love divine. Shine,